Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? Not nearly good enough. How's everybody doing? It's a lot better. This is a joyous occasion, okay? This is a joyous occasion. This is a good one. Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. What is a 4 o'clock ribbon cutting. We don't do many of these, but this is a very, very special project, which I think you'll hear a little bit more about here in a second as we talk about the ribbon cutting for the residences at Hayes Street. To start with, we always have to start with some thank yous, and that is because it literally takes a village to get these kinds of projects done. And so first and foremost, I want to thank Mayor Bowser. She very much challenged, really, the Deputy Mayor's office and many of the other agencies to make a difference in the New Communities Initiative, to approach it differently. And I think that we have responded by trying to be laser focused and making sure that we have progress on each and every one of our new community sites. And this is a great one that helps us provide 50 replacement units for Lincoln Heights and Richardson dwellings. So I think that that is a big deal. That deserves some applause. Next, we have big thank yous to our new communities team. They are literally at work every single day and evening to make sure that we are delivering on many of the promises that have been put before us. And so I want to thank our Director of New Communities, Angie Rogers, who I saw earlier here. I also want to thank Amy McHale, Koyan Lewis, and Tia Gilbert on the New Communities team. They are here too, so thank you all very much for your work. And we have lots of dedicated lawyers who also work on this, and that is Mark Alberta and Aisha Abbasi. So thank you all, too, for making sure that this happens. We also have lots of D.C. government partners. I see Todd Lee from the Housing Finance Agency. Thank you very much. I see Polly Donaldson, Department of Housing and Community Development. We have the Housing Authority Director, Tyrone Garrett's here, so thank you very much. All of the partners, as well as our private partners, the Warrenton Group and Penrose Properties, to make this important project happen. As the mayor likes to sometimes remind me, I got 3 jobs. I've got to make sure that I'm focused on increasing tax revenue in the District of Columbia, that I'm focused on getting D.C. residents jobs, and most important sometimes, I've got to be focused on affordable housing in the District of Columbia. We just reached a recent milestone where over the last 4 years, we have produced or preserved just over 6,000 units of affordable housing in the District of Columbia. We know that that's an important milestone, but we also know that we have lots of additional work to do. That is one of the reasons why the mayor has put together somewhere in the neighborhood of about $1 billion every year that's available to support just affordable housing projects in the District of Columbia. So that's why I'm very pleased to be here today to be able to celebrate what is a great project that includes lots of additional affordable housing, which is desperately needed in the District of Columbia, but also, and I'm sure something that the development folks will talk about, an opportunity for us to create jobs here in the District of Columbia as well. As I mentioned before, we are focused on making sure that the New Communities Initiative in particular is focused on providing replacement units for many of the public housing projects that are here in the city, and this is going to provide 50 great replacement units for our Lincoln Heights Richardson dwellings residents. And in addition, I think that this is also really delivering on a promise, delivering on the promise that we need to move long-standing projects forward. We want to make sure that we are focused on getting units for people to live in, because that's what makes a difference. We can talk about meetings, we can talk about ribbon cuttings, but the important thing is that we have people that are able to move into our units. And so with that, I would like to bring up our leader who has helped us create this great project that is here today, Mayor Muriel Bowser. Thank you, Mayor.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am delighted to be here to celebrate with the community this wonderful new community in our neighborhood. And I want to acknowledge Brian Kenner and his great team at the Deputy Mayor's Office for Planning and Economic Development. Thank you, Brian. I would also like to acknowledge our wonderful partners on the council who I think share our very bold vision for what can happen with affordable housing in our city, and especially our commitment to seeing our new communities happen. So let me acknowledge our host council member, Vincent Gray. Let's give a big hand to Council Member Gray. our council member from Ward 4, Brandon Todd. Thank you for being here, Council Member Todd. And our council member for Ward 8, Trayon White. Let's give Trayon White a big round of applause. And I think that we are all, and all the ANC commissioners who are here. I see Commissioner Green. Are there other ANC commissioners? Commissioner Malloy, of course. All of our Ward 7 ANCs who are here. Thank you for being here as well. And let me just say, Brian alluded to the fact of how we have been very focused on new communities and ensuring that the model that we have been so committed to actually works. And a big part of making that model work is ensuring that we have replacement units at the new communities that are built, and that we have family-sized units, and we have units that reflect our family needs and neighborhoods. And I think that's exactly what you're going to find here at Hayes Street. The other part of the commitment is making sure that we actually fund it. And Polly will like this, and our Housing Authority partners will like this as well. These are projects that take a number of years. We have found that they cost more than we thought they would at the outset. And each and every year, we go to the council with a renewed commitment to make sure we're funding those new communities. The last thing I'll mention about making sure we get our new communities done is that we have a legal framework to resist pressures against building our new communities. We're being sued right now to stop us from building a new community in Ward 1. Imagine that. People say they want affordable housing, then they sue us to stop us from building affordable housing. So we can demonstrate with projects just like this one at Hayes Street that communities should support each other and not fight the creation of affordable housing. And so I am just really delighted to be here to help celebrate the opening of this fantastic community. And actually, we're being sued on 2 of them. Now that I think about it, we're being sued at Berry Farm too. Thank you, Ward 7, for leading the way. Let's hear it for Ward 7. Right. That's good. That's fantastic. And we can demonstrate how we can work together to get progress. And I know I said that was the last thing, but the actual last thing I'll say is this. Part of our new communities model is always working with our residents so that our residents, whether it's Lincoln Heights and Richardson dwellings or in the other communities that I just mentioned, are first in line for the new units. And part of that is working on a lot of training, in financial training, human services supports, all of the things that make sure families know about the new opportunities and are ready to take advantage of those new opportunities. And I think that is exactly what you're going to find here at Hayes Street. So again, to the Warrenton Group and Penrose and all the architects and engineers and construction workers and all the professionals that support projects like this along the way, I want to thank you for your commitment to Washington, D.C. and to affordable housing. And a last bit of good news is that there's more to come. We have committed, just with one of our tools, the Housing Production Trust Fund, at least $100 million each and every year. We have increased our commitment to the new communities in every budget that I've submitted to the council, and we'll continue to do that until we get it done. So now it brings me great pleasure to introduce your council member. Then we will hear from our development team and cut the ribbon. Councilmember Gray. You're welcome, and thanks for education.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor Bowser. It's great to be here today, to be a part of the realization of a dream. You know, when I knew I was going to see Patricia Malloy today, and I certainly didn't want to have to say, as I've said so many times before, I'm so sorry where we are. But you know what? If there ever was a picture of frustration tolerance, it is Pat Malloy. Thank you, Pat Malloy, for being who you are. You know, I too want to thank the council members who are here. You don't often get ward council members who go to other wards. We got Brandon Todd from Ward 4, who I was just with earlier today, and Trayon White, who is here. Where's Trayon? Where's Trey? Okay, come on, man. We got a seat up here for you. Yeah, well, are we all here with the people? The reality is that this has been a long time coming. I remember the day that this was launched back when Mayor Williams was the mayor, and I got a call. I was the Ward 7 council member. By the way, I'm in the recycle program. I got a call from Patricia Malloy, and she said, "Why can't we do that out here in Lincoln?" I said, "We can. And I'm going to work to get you in there." Boy, that was, I hope that turns out to be a good decision, right? But you know what? Sometimes it just takes a long time for good things to happen. And you've really been a trooper to be able to work through a lot of this, to be able to have a new 150-unit building here, 50 units of which are being set aside for folks who are moving from Lincoln over to here, is a wonderful thing. We've actually made probably as much or more progress of any one of these original projects, continuing projects, as anywhere in the District of Columbia. And we aren't being sued, Mayor. It's a good thing. And I don't think that's going to happen. Do you? I don't think that's going to happen either, because we're going to continue to make progress. We got PNBC, which is developing Provident Place. We got the Strand, you know, which is developing, you know, and when you add up all those units, you're going to find that we probably will have enough units, I think, to really start to bring down Lincoln, which was really the goal of this. You know, I was out at Richardson just 3 weeks ago for an interview around the Micaiah Wilson situation. And while I was sitting there waiting, there was a resident, young resident, very young resident of, you know, of Richardson, and she said, "You know what, Greg, you know what we need to do? We need to bring both of these, just bring both of these down." I said, "Well, you just gave a very succinct description of what New Communities is, and I appreciate that, but I said, I wish it were that easy, and it's not. I was here for the groundbreaking for this with Warrenton and Penrose, and I'm now here for the ribbon cutting for this, and Warren and Ivy, I want to thank you all for the work that you've done. How about a big hand for them for the work that they've done? And, you know, Warren was probably 12 years younger when he started this project 2 years ago. But, again, I want to thank, there's so many people who've been thanked, and I want to thank them also, the folks who work for DMPED, the folks who work for the developers who've been involved in this, and the folks who continue to be committed to realizing a vision of a different way to live for people in the District of Columbia. And we have to continue to make that happen for the people who live in Ward 7. We have, on the east end of the city, we have 150,000 people who live here. We have 75,000 roughly in Ward 7. We have another 75,000 who live in Ward 8. And those two wards have been mightily deprived. We're working now to be able to build a new hospital, which I think we've got the progress going in the right direction on that. And we've got new housing that's being developed as well. We just need to make sure that as all these new opportunities develop, that they continue to be available to the people who want to be here in Ward 7 and Ward 8. So thank you all very much for having me here today. And all of those who came out today, thank you all very much for being here as well. Let's continue forward. Let's make the Strand happen. Let's make PNBC happen. Let's make this be a successful effort. And let's make the other projects that we have, you know, the visions for, be able to be translated into opportunities for people who have to have housing that otherwise wouldn't have it. Again, I remember the day we were out here 2 years ago, roughly, for the groundbreaking, and you just had to have the vision then to be able to see what could be. Now all you need is just to be able to have a pair of eyes to be able to look at what's behind us and see the opportunities that are being created. And we need to do everything we can, Warren, to make it as easy as we possibly can for people to make that transition from Lincoln over to here at the 5201 Hayes Street. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Council Member. We're going to invite up the development partners from the Warrenton Group in Penrose, Christina Johnson and Ivy Carter. Also want to give one more thank you to Sarosho Padwala and the Deputy Mayor's Office for working hard with the new communities team to make this a success.
Wow. Warren, come up here for a second. I mean, I know. But Warren and I, we started this a long time ago. And this is the very first project I have ever completed in the district. So this is, I'm at a place where I'm okay. I know how this gets done now. Okay. And Warren has been a great partner. We have been through a lot together. We stuck together to make this happen. We made Miss Malloy a promise long time ago that this was going to happen every month at her meetings. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We promise it's going to happen. So it has happened, Ms. Malloy. And thank you for your support. We do appreciate it. All right. So I had to acknowledge my partner here. But I need to acknowledge our team, because without our team, this really would not have happened. Our financing partners, Demphead, Angie, we went through a lot of hours, a lot of meetings to make sure that we had the appropriate financing to make this happen, and we do appreciate your help and your teamwork for that. Our friends over at DCHFA that provided the low-income housing tax credits for DHCD. Without that definitely would not have happened, given the amount of equity that we have in this deal. Our partners at the Housing Authority, they've been great partners for us. They're as dedicated with their contribution to the development budget, along with the subsidy that's going to make sure that the 50 replacement housing units continue to be affordable for our residents over at Lincoln Heights and Richardson dwellings that are coming over. We actually signed 2 leases today, the first 2 leases for the building. That is so very, very exciting to happen, and we've got about 62 other approvals right now for within the 150 units. So we're moving. We're trying to get this entire building leased by the end of October. So that will break a record, but we are definitely set to do it. I also want to thank our other financing partners, Citibank, who provided our bonds, as well as Hudson Housing, who was our tax credit investor through HSBC. Going to our development team, Torty Gallus, my buddies there. I think one of the things that I was most concerned about was the PUD process. And our friends at the ANC worked with us, and we met with them to make sure that the building had what they wanted to have in it. So we appreciate their support during the PUD process. But Torty Gallus took us through that PUD process in the initial meeting and one follow-up meeting, which I think is almost unheard of in the district. So we appreciate their support and the partnership from the planning department. Our general contractor, Harkins Builders, they've done a bang-up job for us here, making sure that we have local hiring from the construction side, local subcontractors from the district, to make sure that we are meeting those goals that the district has set forth for construction in this area. And it's important that we advance economic development opportunities when we're doing these types of projects. So kudos to the district for making sure that those things are in place. I'd like to also thank our construction manager, Block Global, a local firm in the district. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Pando Alliance, they were our energy consultant. Our interior designers, Builders Design. Our legal counsel, Klein Hornick and Holland & Knight. Thank you very much. And finally, Wiles Mensch was our civil engineer. I would be remiss if I did not thank my Penrose team and my staff that has worked on this project. Sakina Linder, I don't know where you are, Sakina. There you go. She's back in the back. She's put in a lot of long hours and hard work and allowed me to do some other things while she was boots on the ground. I also like to thank my management team, Penrose Management Company. They're here in the back. As always, they're here to serve you guys, make sure that there's a smooth transition from Lincoln Heights and Richardson dwellings here. There are going to be some bumps and some bruises, but we're here to take care of you, your family. We're part of this community now, so we're here to support everybody here and make sure your transition is an easy one. I believe I've named everyone. If I haven't, please excuse me. I apologize. And thank you, Mayor Bowser, Brian, everything that you guys have done to make sure that this project was going to happen. Councilman Gray, we appreciate your support, and we look forward to doing additional business in the district.
So Ivy actually took the difficult part, which was remembering to thank all of the many partners who've been involved on this project. And I thank you for that. My partner here, Warren, at the Warrenton Group, really is the lifeblood of the Warrenton Group. And so I thought it would be appropriate to speak to sort of the soul of our company and the soul of this community as I give remarks on our behalf. Walter Washington once said that every successful initiative depends on a community of individuals and systems working together without misunderstanding, but with a common commitment to a common goal of good for all. Former Mayor Tony Williams understood this when he launched the New Communities Initiative in 2005, but it was the three following mayors, Mayor Adrian Fenty, Mayor Vince Gray, and of course, Mayor Muriel Bowser, who have truly ensured that the vision of a healthy, safe, and thriving community here in Lincoln Heights in particular comes to life. Building on the incredibly rich history of this community, one that was home to many architects like William Pittman and Howard Woodson, civil rights activists like Nannie Helen Burroughs, and even entertainers like Marvin Gaye, who frankly were responsible for me being here today. It was these three mayors and their hard work and their commitment to ensuring that their city and our city is healthy. It's a home to small businesses that thrive, safe communities, and beautiful, functional, and affordable housing like this development behind us for all. Working together on everything from bricks and mortar to the provision of wraparound services and innovative economic development, we truly care at the Warrenton Group and at Penrose about the sustainability here of Deanwood Hills and the bright future for all of its residents. I'd like to thank you in conclusion to all of our partners, and of course there were many. She ran down the list for us, but DEMPED, DHCA, nonprofit service providers who are critical and lifeblood in these communities. All of our many elected officials, community members, Pat Malloy has already been spoken of, but all of our ANC members, and in particular the residents. We have several here, like the Lyles family, who's right behind the cameras back there. She's waving at us, Mrs. Lyles and her husband Robert, and their grandson, who will be living in this community. We want to thank members of the community like them for giving us the ability to sincerely work on exemplary development projects such as this and allowing us to build real housing for real people right here in the District of Columbia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we are ready to cut the ribbon on this, and then we'll have an opportunity after that for people to go inside and check out a unit. So with that, we'll go ahead and cut the ribbon. And if Angie Rogers could come up here real quick, too.
You pay there. Thank you. Excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me, man. Thank you.